Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to this special edition of Bloodshots. This is the Star Wars Extravaganza.
This is the top hat.
On the left side of my dual saber,
Welcome to my carnival.
we have Aaron Schmidt and his green lightsaber. To my right, Wes Baumgardner and his pathetic Jabba mug.
He should have had the Stormtrooper helmet.
The Stormtrooper helmet is my centerpiece.
All right.
It's my centerpiece. Okay, that's loud in the microphone.
Nothing makes you
As always, if you like what you see, go over to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, patreon.com/derailed. Leave us some love, likes, favorites, and subscribes. We got pups all over the place. Before we get into the Star Wars Extravaganza, we're going to talk about a subpar movie today. Aaron, what is that movie? And what is it about?
It is.
About Bruce getting decapitated.
It is.
Jesus.
It is.
What?
It's spherical in shape.
The cylinder.
And
The cylindrical.
in two-dimensional space. It's a sphere in two dimensions.
You're so obnoxious.
And it stars Hermione Granger and Castaway guy.
Castaway
And
guy.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Pull that out of the WWE left field.
Yep.
Speaking of which, I can't wait to talk about Payback.
Me too.
Me too. That's the segment that Aaron sits there on his phone.
I'm going to give you some Sagan payback.
Okay, so we saw The Circle, recommended by our technician, Becca.
Because she read the book.
And the book was?
The book was good.
The
and
spherical,
interesting.
Right.
The concept is
two-dimensional
interesting.
object.
The movie is horrible. And more of a disappointment than I could have imagined.
Script, acting, or directing?
Well, he wrote and directed it, so
He's an auteur.
So then it's the director's fault.
it's the director's.
He's a poopy man.
Because we know Tom Hanks can act.
And I know
We know fucking Emma Watson can
I
act.
don't know if fucking John Boyega
Finn Balor?
can act.
Finn Balor overacts. He's used to that because of the ring. He has to embellish.
I don't know if
for
John
the
Boyega
nosebleeds.
Boyoga.
Boyega.
John
Boyega
Travolta? John Travolta?
can act because I've only seen him in Star Wars.
Boyavolta?
John Brovolta.
But
Alternate
Not
John
good.
Travolta from 1970s San Diego.
See, you know the movie's bad when the person who recommended the movie is sighing every 10 minutes next to me.
How loud and audible?
Pretty loud.
It's Becca.
Two couples left.
So,
Two couples.
There was like 9 of these.
that's funny. Actually, just
Exactly.
I was
It's
very
Becca.
disappointed.
Two couples left. The second couple that left, I'm on the aisle, so they walked down by me, and the guy's like, "I can't believe this movie," as they were leaving.
How close were you to walking out?
I wanted
I
to
could have
go.
walked out in the first 30 minutes.
So then why did you stay? If she could have walked out, you could have left any time.
Because we paid money for it.
You can get your money back if you leave before the movie's done. You just go bitch loud enough, they'll give you your money back. Or free tickets.
Didn't want to do that.
So you'd rather sit through shit.
Apparently.
It was so bad. I needed to
No
see how it
biggies.
ended, though. Like, I was so upset with it, but I needed to see how it
Yeah, which the ending was different, right?
ended. Yeah, it wasn't the same ending.
Bruce, down. Be a good boy. Be a
Okay.
good boy.
So, premise.
These humans are kept in little orbs.
Wrong.
and they
False.
are forced to like roll around.
Okay,
False.
Becca, what's the
being
movie
dumb.
about?
Okay. So it's basically like, think of a company mixed between Facebook and Apple.
Are you on your microphone?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a company that's pretty much Facebook and Apple merged together. But
Fake Apple?
because they make like phones and stuff.
Their facility reminded
He's so happy.
their
Look on your
facility
face.
their facility like reminded me of Google too.
Yeah, and kind of Google. So they basically there's this
Apple.
one guy, he creates this one guy named Ty creates this thing called True You, and it's basically all social media and like
Socio
and
media.
Amazon and like buying everything in one thing. So you use your real name and like your social security number, and it's you, and you can't hide behind anything or be anonymous. Like you have to use this.
So if you're a bitch online,
Like everybody knows. So eliminated
Bitch on.
trolling on the internet, and it's like this big thing, and it became really popular. And so now everybody wants to work for this company because they're releasing all these cool things. And so this one girl named May gets hired.
Gonna be May.
She gets hired to work at the Circle.
May Holland.
And it like it goes into like how they're really focused on completion, and like they're releasing all these things. Like one person's idea at the Circle is to implant a chip in a child's bone so that you can always know where your kid is, and there'll never be child
Stranger danger.
abduction anymore.
bone chip.
Avid kayaker.
It's important in the book, but in the movie they make it seem like total shit.
Okay, who's an avid kayaker?
Hermione.
May.
May.
Okay.
May.
Hermione.
Gonna be May.
Hermione.
Hermione. Who is May?
Hermione.
And so basically, I can't even go into all the things that are
Okay.
wrong about it.
So she starts working at this tech company. She's got a dad who has MS. So here's the thing. 'cause
Which is what's his name's last movie?
Paxton,
Yeah, Bill Paxton.
Oh, okay.
R.I.P. Bill.
rookie. That's Dennis Quaid. Damn it.
What?
Okay. The Circle. Company. Fapple. Let's go.
Apple.
So check this out. It follows the Dan Harmon story nucleus to a T. Okay? So check this out. The story nucleus goes as follows. Character starts out in a familiar situation. Okay? But they want something. They enter an unfamiliar situation. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
I
you
am.
listening?
I'm cleaning his eye boogies out.
Okay, what were the first two things?
What? I saw the movie.
What were the first two things?
I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. This movie follows Dan Harmon's The Story Nucleus to a T. Character starts out in a familiar situation.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically it's a skeleton for how all stories mostly go.
Okay.
Okay, so check this out. And you can apply it to your favorite stories, and I bet it's true. Character starts out in a familiar situation, but they want something. They enter an unfamiliar situation. They adapt. They get what they want, but they pay a heavy price. They've returned to the familiar situation, but have changed.
Right.
So there's 8 steps to
Okay.
this story nucleus.
And you can apply that to any movie.
Yep. So, familiar situation. Lives at home, works at a telemarketing, whatever. Dad has MS. She needs to she needs to help her parents. She needs to get a better job. She wants to be more successful, blah, blah, blah. So she starts working at the Circle. Okay? Enters an unfamiliar situation, like the Circle.
Yep.
It's weird, but it's fun. It's different. They're kind of teaching her, but kind of not teaching her. Her friend works there, and
Amy Pond. Amy Pond works.
Okay.
so then she adapts. Okay, she meets different people. She starts to love it. She kind of starts to realize like they hold events that are at the Circle, and you're supposed to be there like all the time. There's like you live there too. Like it's not just a workplace, but you also
they
an
have dorms
apartment.
and stuff.
Like it's
Okay.
weird. So as she goes home for the weekend, she gets talked to, and she's like, they're like, how come you didn't come to our events this weekend? She's like, oh, I went home to see my parents. And they're like, yeah, you should really go to our stuff because it's really important because we're a community, we're not just a job. It's all about community and stuff. It's kind of culty. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's adapting to this weird situation, unfamiliar situation. Okay. Then she finds out that there's a medical program. She gets this thing on her wrist. It monitors all of her stuff. And she finds out her family can get free Medicare for it. Okay. So now her dad and her mom get the wristband. Medicare, all that stuff, all paid for through the circle. So she gets what she wanted. But the circle, she takes a picture of her old friend. She has a friend back home who like doesn't have a phone. I don't know. He's like from the 80s. So
Yeah, he doesn't believe in technology at all.
he does. He's just like an anti.
He makes deer chandeliers.
Right. So she takes a picture of a deer chandelier, posts it on her circle, and then he gets a bunch of shit about killing animals to make
Deer killer.
Yeah, deer killer, whatever. So he gets like bastardized for killing deer. So she kind of loses a friend, right? Then something else happens and like
You're missing like all the central points to this movie.
not really. So she gets what she wants, but she pays a heavy price. She loses her friend pretty much. He goes out on the lam because he's all pissed off. Then people are introducing these new programs like blah 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 blah. What's the
Was
name?
the Patton?
No.
Tom Hanks?
No. Finn Balor. So Finn Balor, he's like this secretive, quiet guy that she meets. And he's like, bro, they're going to start storing like everything. They're going to keep it and they're going to analyze it. And it's all okay because that's what we said.
Can we pause in your analysis? Because you're missing like a vital part to the story. Okay, never mind.
No, go ahead. I don't care. I'm just showing how it goes with the story nucleus.
Well, then finish your story, Nicholas, and I'll fill in what's important.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So she pays every price. He goes out on the lam, her friend. At the same time, she starts to become more popular in the company, and like Tom Hanks starts to like pay more attention to her. She does this thing where she goes transparent and she wears a camera all day, and people can just watch her, right? And she talks to them, and they tweet and blah blah blah, and she's responding, and like she goes transparent, as it would seem, right? Then
Mind you, these little camera things are like balls that you could just stick on the wall anywhere.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like they could be anywhere. You have no idea.
Pause. If you're going to clarify, I'm going to clarify. So first, you hear that like the politicians are starting to go transparent. Like the circle's making politicians go transparent so that they can like understand government, and the circle's going to make government better. And then they start putting it around the campus so that like you can see the campus people.
big boy.
And then she goes kayaking and drowns, and he's like, "Why didn't you share about kayaking? Why are you hiding things?" So he pretty much coerces her into going transparent and like wearing something on her every day and like making her really culty and believe that she needs to share her life with everybody,
Okay.
which makes her like more.
She gets like
alien.
3-minute bathroom breaks and all this stuff where she
Yeah.
doesn't have to be live.
And then Finn, John Boyega is the creator of the company that started TrueU, and then like he didn't like where everything was going, so he went into hiding for it and like
Doesn't
took a
make
step
any
back.
sense.
Okay. All right.
So, guy goes on the lam. She invents this thing called Soul Search, and it's basically where like you find criminals or anybody really, and then because there's so many people attached to this like live thing that they can track down anybody, right?
Yeah.
So you just announce like, hey, we're looking for this person, and then all the people get that notification and they look for that person. And
It's
they can find
worldwide,
them.
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've got so many people. Like imagine all the people on Facebook, right?
So where does the conflict start?
It's basically building. The conflict is like realizing how the circle's trying to take over like all of
There's
it. 'Cause
really
she
no
says-
conflict.
Because she says, like, she's in a meeting before the Soul Search thing, and she's like, hey, why don't we make everybody have a circle account, require them to do it so that they can vote. So we're requiring them to vote and requiring them to use our services. And everybody's
Yeah.
like, whoa, you can't do that. You can't make everybody use your services because it's like a public company and you can't, like, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Blah. It's more, when you read it, it's a lot
It does,
easier.
as it sits now, it probably is. It sounds like it's a better book.
Yeah.
Okay, then what's the resolution
Soul Search is so they go and they hunt down her friend who went on the lam. Okay,
for killing
for killing
deer?
Yeah. So they track him down. They chase him down a street. It races in his car. He crashes and dies off a bridge. Okay.
He commits suicide.
Because they had a drone after him.
Yeah.
It was like a
Basically,
fucking drone.
He didn't go on the lam because this is all things you understand because of the book. But
Yeah.
he
We're
went
talking
on,
about the movie.
Yeah, but like you're supposed to kind of. They didn't do it right, but you're supposed to understand that he didn't like technology, so he went into hiding from it because he didn't want to learn. He didn't want to deal with technology anymore and deal with the circle, and so he goes into hiding, and then the circle finds him.
But he goes into hiding after she posts the picture of the deer stuff because
Yeah,
they call him a
because
deer killer.
He didn't.
He already doesn't like technology. So, again, pays the heavy price. Okay, so friend dies. She goes back home, cries, tries to get over her friend that died, right? Mm-hmm. But she's changed, right? Because she's now learned that what she's doing is bad and what this company is doing is bad. So then she returns to the company, uses John Boyega's talents to somehow hack the two leaders' emails, post them publicly, and then starts to like run the circle herself. I don't know. I don't know. It's very
The ending was super weird.
stupid. But it
The
follows
ending of
the story
obviously
nucleus
the movie was
perfectly.
fucking.
So it sounds
was-
terrible, and I shouldn't watch it.
It was
No.
all over the
You
place.
should read the book though, because
It's such an interesting concept, though.
what they did wrong was the main central conflict that they totally eliminated
Main.
from the movie was Ty, like the creator of the company.
Who's
You-
John Boyega?
Who's John Boyega. You don't know that that's who it is. Like, she meets him at a party, and she, like, starts hooking up with him, and it's, like, this romantic thing, and then, like, everybody's like, oh, who is this mysterious person? And, like, the whole book, like, she never knows who it is, and then at the very, like, towards the last third of the book, she finds out it's the creator of the company, and he's psycho, or not psycho, he's just, like, conspiracy theorist. He's
Yeah.
like, they're gonna take over the world, we gotta stop them.
But at the
And
same
then-
time, he created this thing that connects everybody to everything.
Yeah.
Like,
And so, like, and then she, like, because she's so corrupted by the circle, she, like, turns him in to the creators and is like, hey, he was going to put a stop to your company. And then, like, life goes on, like, normal. And it's supposed to show, like, how much social media has, like, made us, like, go with whatever and, like, have it run our lives. Whereas that one, you don't know if she's okay with social media or if she took over the company and it, like... And then they get
Yeah.
rid of the mystery of who Ty is altogether. Like, they barely show John Boyega. I don't know why they, like, put him in the movie at all.
Really weird acting, too.
And yeah, and, like, every time there's, like, interactions, it's painful. Like, there was one where Emma Watson was talking to her friend, and he's just, like, he waits, like, 5 seconds, and he's like, bye. It just, it was so painful.
Bruce didn't
So
like
it's
it
a
either.
terrible movie, and I shouldn't watch it.
correct.
Just read the
Okay.
book. Read
All
the
right.
book if you want to know. But it's an interesting theory
So bad.
of
So
everything.
upset, because it's such a good concept. And such a good, not like a great book, but a good book.
Speaking of John Boyega,
And story nucleuses.
Star Wars. 2 days from now, May the 4th be with you.
Is it
Always.
May 2nd?
It is May 2nd.
There's a lot of dust over here. I'm
Jesus.
sorry. I apologize.
Pulp.
Fiction.
Did you know that the U.S. dollar is not printed on like pulp paper, like that we write on and stuff? It's printed with 75% cotton and 25%.
That's how they put those
Polyester.
security things in there because of the fibers.
Yep. And they put little red and blue fibers throughout all the money, too.
Yeah. Hey,
Fiber.
What do you know?
Bong, bong,
there's
bong.
also 120 ridges on a dime.
You know the color changing ink in the corner of every bill? From like the $10 on? Where like one of the numbers, like 20 or 10, it changes between two colors? You've never noticed that?
We don't often look at a lot of money.
I'm all debit, bro.
Well, there's only 3 spots in the world who sell that color combination, and the FBI monitors it.
Black
3
market.
spots for what?
Let's start selling it.
Selling what?
You watch Silicon Valley?
I don't
Color
know.
changing ink.
Oh.
That's on a lot of our U.S. money.
Hey.
Silicon Valley is great. I need to watch season 2.
Yeah, you should. It's good.
Does it end does it have a scene that equals as good as the end of season 1 though?
With the dicks?
Yeah.
No.
That's still the
That's-
best moment in the series?
Yeah.
Middle out?
What are you doing?
Do you know how long it would take to jerk off every guy?
How
in
long
that
do you
room?
think it would take to jerk off an entire room, like an auditorium?
Well, I know.
I don't know.
A day.
A day? No, you only have like a couple of minutes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Have you seen Silicon Valley?
No. You line them up, dick to dick, so that you can do 4 at once.
Middle out. Middle out.
Middle out.
That's still a couple minutes.
No, I mean you have like. Never mind. That's what
That
Just,
still seems
just
a little
watch
short.
watch the final episode of Silicon Valley
Luke
season
Skywalker starts in a familiar situation, Tatooine.
Yeah.
God, babe, stop with the familiar situations.
It's the story nucleus. It works. Apply it to anything.
Apply it to your
1. Wait. Apply it to anything?
Yeah.
If we're talking Star Wars?
Yeah.
Phantom Menace. They do not start in a familiar setting.
Who?
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. They start on a Trade Federation
That's
ship.
not the. No, it's about Anakin. It's the story of Anakin.
No, the first movie is the story about Obi-Wan and
Nope, first
Qui-Gon.
one- Nope. It's the story of Anakin.
So a character who doesn't show up until like 45 minutes into the film, that's who it's about?
Yep. I believe it. 100%.
Is that a paper cut?
Pulp Fiction.
Actually, that's the movie I was going to say, Pulp Fiction.
That's true. It doesn't work for Pulp Fiction.
So, Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a movie franchise.
It's a
Kind of-
universe.
It is a universe.
Galaxy
you
far,
think-
far away. What's the galaxy called?
You don't know.
I feel like we should answer that question.
What's more vast, Star Wars or Marvel?
Marvel.
Really?
What do you
all
mean
now?
the books and
Now.
everything they written?
Because a lot of it's not canon anymore.
Yeah.
No, even when all of the Star Wars side stuff was canon, no, Marvel.
I don't know.
Multiple universes.
Really?
Yes.
There's lots of universes.
No, like parallel,
There's-
alternate realities.
I know.
Not in the Star Wars universe. Not in the...
Yeah, kind of.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking disagree with everything I said.
No,
don't you?
I just think there's a lot of stuff on.
You
Star
honestly
Wars.
think Star Wars is more vast than Marvel.
I do.
You have Thanos and Galactus alone, which travel the known universes.
Yeah.
You actually have.
But how full are those universes? What I'm saying is that like the detail that the Star Wars universe puts into each planet, its vegetation, the people who live on it, the aliens, the wars, the civil wars, the like I think it's a little more detailed maybe.
I'll give you more detail, but in terms of vast, Marvel's more vast.
Agreed.
And even DC's more vast than Marvel with their like 52 different multiverses.
Agreed.
Can I help you, Bruce?
And
We should
then
name the galaxy though. That's fucking dumb. It's gonna be like
Jar Jar.
Lucas.
No, he wishes it was named Lucas.
Yeah.
Actually, no, probably something stupid is probably like Lucas. Anyways, Star Wars.
May the 4th be with you.
Did you have a path that you wanted to go down?
I feel like Star Wars was its thing. It was my thing growing up, right? And then, when did the prequels come out? What was the first year?
99.
99? And the last, when was episode 6 released?
You mean Return of the Jedi?
Return of the Jedi? Like 82?
Yeah, that would be episode 6.
Yeah, 82.
80. You sure it's 82? Or wasn't Empire 82?
77, 80, 82. I thought.
So you had 15 to 17 years
Yeah.
in the middle, right? Of kind of nothing. Nothing was really coming out, maybe a few books.
The books, the Ewok movies.
All the EU,
Yeah. When the first one came out, it wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was only really for, honestly, sci-fi nerds at the time.
Yeah. And then it just kind of blew up again. Like the prequels came out. Some people were excited. Most people were upset.
Well, everyone was excited till they saw the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. And then,
People were still pretty excited.
do you think that Star Wars would be where it is today if Disney had never acquired them?
No.
No.
Do you think it would have died out? It would have been like a forgotten franchise?
It wouldn't have been forgotten. It just wouldn't have been as popular as it is.
It would have
now.
been more of a cult franchise, like
if there's
the
ever-
Comic-Con, nerds, so to
Basically, if
speak.
there's a step in between cult and mainstream, like if there is a happy medium there, that's where Star Wars would sit. Because Star Wars has been the one sci-fi a lot of non-sci-fi fans can still watch because they're mostly great family films. So that's something a whole family can watch and get into. But
They're more fantasy movies. But I digress.
are we gonna have another argument about sci-fi
It's in space.
with aliens,
Bruce.
special
Do you
tech?
want me to bring my college-educated opinion into this?
Ghosts, knights, magic.
Because technically it is more of a fantasy thing than a sci-fi. It's just set in space.
It's set in space, but like
It's not a sci-fi novel or not a sci-fi concept.
it doesn't matter.
So I agree that I think Disney helped catapult
One star.
this thing. I don't want to spend fucking 30 minutes on what genre it is.
It's a western.
To Western. Space West.
When it's
Space
on
West.
Tatooine, it's a western. When it's on Hoth, it's adventure.
Disney.
Disney.
So everything and everywhere is Star Wars now because of Disney.
Yep.
You get a movie a year,
Yep.
right? They're probably not going to stop at episode 9. They'll probably do more origin stories or something like that. You know what I mean?
Origins, offshoots, create new characters. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need my Luke trilogy, dude.
Yeah.
You'll never get it.
I think I will. Between 6 and 7, fill the gaps. We're filling Rogue One gaps right now.
The problem is you have to do that. You would have to start filming now because of Mark Hamill's age.
No, it's young. It's between
Yeah.
6 and 7.
You just get another actor.
Yeah, plus they CGI'd fucking that guy from Rogue One.
Yeah, but he didn't move that much.
He doesn't have to move when he's old.
Luke?
Yeah, he's on an island.
If they need old Luke, they could just CGI him in there.
Yeah.
You get a young actor
I'm
to
saying
fucking play Luke.
We've already picked up with him on the island. I want to know how he got from badass green lightsaber black
Yes. No,
cloak to old.
I
And you can find, they found an old Han, found an old Harrison Ford. You can find or a young Harrison Ford. You can find a young fucking Mark
Harrison Ford stunt double.
it wouldn't work.
Why? Why?
Because I don't know.
You just want to disagree with everything I say.
No, legitimately think about it. It's Han Solo is only getting replaced by not Harrison Ford in a movie that takes place a long time before any of the Star Wars stuff existed. It takes place well before the first movie. It even takes place before Rogue One, is my guess.
It takes place before episode 1?
Not episode 1, sorry, Rogue One.
Okay, fair enough.
So in your movie order, you will technically watch that film first.
Yeah.
Like, you can't... But Luke is, like, the same actor... You're going to replace an actor in between a set of movies. That would be so jarring for someone watching that in chronological order.
I'm sure they'll do it though, to be honest.
I
Money.
can see the Obi-Wan movie.
If
Money.
Disney will remake
Why?
animated classics that they did not need to remake, they'll make a fucking young Luke Skywalker.
I don't understand your argument. You're letting them do a Han Solo movie. You say you would
But the
understand
Han Solo
an
movie
Obi-Wan
takes
movie.
place before Harrison Ford was ever in the picture. Is what I'm saying. Like, okay, you
That
have,
would still be just as jarring going from an actor to an actor.
but not in the middle of a story. This is like putting Luke, replacing Luke for
Wait,
like.
what is
But
the
young
story?
episode 6 Mark Hamill looks nothing like episode
Yes.
7 Mark Hamill. So you can
I'm-
find somebody that looks like him in between.
Looks and sounds,
Yeah.
and that wouldn't piss off every single fanboy.
They found a young Han, bro.
Which, that's not breaking up a trilogy.
I don't see why that
I don't
matters.
see why they wouldn't either.
Why does that matter?
Disney does not care about pissing off their fans, as you can clearly have seen from every.
It's making that's making money, and that's the other problem. Whatever they do for Star Wars is going to make money, unless they do a Jar Jar Binks
Exactly.
trilogy.
So why wouldn't they make a Luke movie? Because that's going to make them money.
Are you arguing that it's not a huge gap in the story?
It's not that large of a gap.
It's just one star.
From
He was like 24.
to 70.
You're assuming
It's like
he's 70.
50
Luke's
years.
70 years old. Did you
How
see how
old-
bloated he was?
How old was he in episode 4? Like 17?
He's not a Jedi anymore because he's fat.
The Jedis must end because he needs more Ben and Jerry's.
Have you seen? Are you kidding me?
It's like a 50-year gap.
This dude who lives
You
in,
honestly think he's 70?
yeah, he lives in a fucking Hobbit mountain.
So?
It's at least a 30.
You should be more fit climbing
You
mountains
could
all
have
day.
one movie for every decade that he was between being a badass and killing his dad and fucking being an old man. That's a huge gap. Huge gap. Huge gap.
Why don't you want
I remember vaguely.
I'm seriously curious as to why you're fighting it so much.
I do remember them referencing something in episode 7 about Leia. I remember Leia was talking, and she was saying how she lost touch with him over the years because he was doing some sort of Jedi work or something, and then he
had-
just kind of dropped off the grid.
He had the Jedi Academy.
Yeah, the Jedi Academy.
And then the Jedi Academy got
So
destroyed.
why
by-
can't we see that?
Kylo motherfucking killed it. I think we are going to see it in 8.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's.
Oh, go ahead.
I think we're going to see Kylo fucking, as a fucking emo teenager, fucking fuck shit up.
See, that's going to happen. That's arguably probably the main crux of that movie. That and figuring out what they mean by the last
I
Jedi.
think Luke killed children again, just like Annie.
You think
Luke killed the
Luke?
children? Kylo killed the children.
No, I'm saying I just think Luke could have.
No, man, he's all good.
I was gonna
Nope.
say, how
He's
are
the-
they
he's the light
doing
side.
Leia because of Carrie Fisher?
I think
Are they gonna? They said she's in this movie, but how are they gonna like?
No, I think they already had her.
explain her.
They
not
already had
being-
her.
She was already
had her
done.
shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, how are they gonna explain her not being in the other movies?
Easy.
Maybe she was,
She's on a trip somewhere.
or she dies in this movie.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I got a fucking 40-year anniversary Princess Leia doll
And the Obi.
and Obi.
The Obi-Wan. Oh, I forgot to tell you. GameStop. Where were we, Becca? The one up by here, right? Safeway? That GameStop has the Luke Skywalker one. They had 2 of them. It was pretty dope.
For $20.
Yep.
Can't
Yep.
pay full price.
Pretty good looking, though. I guess I'll find out tomorrow when I go in if we got any May 4th stuff.
We're supposed
Gonna
to
be
get one Darth
May.
Vader.
One Darth.
40
They had
bucks.
Darth Vader, too.
Did they? Mm-hmm. It's 40 though. Or
Yep.
against my Luke trilogy. Irks me.
So anyways,
Salty.
So,
Can you be pepper?
I also want to see a Yoda origin. Really bad. Really bad.
What kind of alien is Yoda? Also unclassified.
I don't know the name of the race.
Same name as the galaxy, probably.
How far back into Yoda's life would you want it to be?
How old is
Just like
900.
because remember,
movie?
I want to see when he was Mace Windu's what do you call it? Mentor.
So you want to see pre-episode 1?
Yeah.
Oh God. Call George. It's gonna be
But-
all CGI.
So Disney blows up this franchise
Yep.
big time.
Yep.
Everybody's into it.
Mickey
Old
gets up all in it.
old peeps, middle peeps, millennial peeps, and little kids, little
Yep.
children's. Little children's are into it,
Yep.
right? Disneyland is expanding their park for this giant Millennium Falcon is a centerpiece, and all of this cool stuff built, which you could see it from Thunder Mountain, right? You could see them start to build it. Orlando, Disney World, is, which I mentioned to you briefly, the hotel that they're building
Avatar Land.
Yep.
is a whole, it's supposed to be like a Star Wars outpost, this hotel,
Yeah, you were telling me about
where
that.
all the rooms are themed to look like little Star Wars bungalows and stuff like that. They have these little fucking motor things that take you all over the hotel, and everything look like little spaceship things, little pods. It's pretty fucking sick.
Nice.
They're building basically a ski lift that looks like a Star Wars experience thing to go around the whole park.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you could see everything
Did George get a royalty deal?
from Disney.
I think he took a lump sum and signed off on not getting a royalty deal.
I think so too.
Because he already got that great deal with Fox for all the merchandising rights, and Disney was probably like, "We want to buy that off of you."
No shit.
And just kept throwing money at him until he said yes.
What did it turn out to be? 3.5 billion?
Think so.
Yeah, it was either Marvel or Star Wars. It was 3.5, and one of them was 5.
Marvel was 5. I
think
believe,
Marvel was
because
5.
they just have been releasing more movies.
Yeah,
True.
$1 billion.
Yeah. Disney doesn't actually have to do animated films anymore. They could just do Marvel and.
No, they're going to do all live action films
movies.
now. Jinx.
Echo. Damn it.
Jinx. Gonna buy me a soda. Swings.
Makes me want to vomit. Like literally vomit.
What?
Live action Disney.
Oh, here we go again. I
That's
can't do this again.
You brought it up.
It's going to come up every week.
You'll make me.
Every week. Because Disney.
So Yoda's 900 in what movie?
Return of the Jedi. I think.
When he died?
900?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because he says like he's over 8 or 900. Yeah, over 900 years old when he lays down.
Oh.
I think he's just.
That's crazy.
So
That was such a good movie. I love
I
Return
want
of
to
the
see
Jedi.
like Yoda Inception. You know, like Yoda's parents
I want to talk about your theory.
banging it out.
I want to talk about your Obi-Wan theory.
Okay.
Tell us the theory.
My Obi-Wan theory. Obi-Wan's the Last Jedi.
Tell the viewers your theory.
Obi-Wan's the Last Jedi.
Why?
Because Force ghosts might not be in this universe. No one knows what happened to his body. Darth Vader is clearly confused when he... Where'd he go?
What had happened?
Of course, in the EU, he becomes a Force ghost, which is like some special talent that Jedis can have. Eventually, Anakin learns it before he dies, and Yoda learns it, so they can come to him to
What's
Luke.
funny is I think it started off in the EU as a Sith teaching to keep you alive, so you can fight off death essentially.
Well, it's only temporary though. So the Force ghosts are it's like a purgatory almost.
Yeah.
Where like you have to help somebody or something, and then you can move on.
Which is why all of them decide to help Luke, because why the fuck not?
But it would be cool if, what happened to his body? I don't know. Some Jedi trick that's not Force Ghost. And he is on the island with Luke, and he's the last Jedi. And motherfucking Rey dies.
And, yeah. And who...
Wait.
Why would you
Dies. Wait.
Ray?
Dies when?
In episode 8.
No.
I know.
I'm sorry. That part of that theory is I can debunk immediately.
They're not gonna kill their girl star.
It's just too perfect.
All the feminists would fucking flip a fucking.
She's right.
It's not about that.
You can kill...
But it kind of is.
It's about equality, guys. It's about equality. But you can't kill us in movies.
I'm not saying that it's right, but that's what's gonna happen.
No, I don't think that's the reason. I think it's because she already signed a contract that said that she's going to be in 3 movies.
Yep.
But
Maybe she'll
it
be
would
a
be
Force
cool
ghost.
if he was, because we don't know what happened to his body.
So you're basing the entire thing on the fact that his body disappeared.
Yep.
Harley, what are you doing?
I mean, it could work. I don't
see
see it
Wes.
myself, but it could work.
Yeah, it's just a theory. I haven't fleshed it out.
His,
Is
to be
this
fair,
the first...
To be fair, in the first movie, his body may have just disappeared because he didn't have enough of the Jedi lore to figure out what would happen to their body. That's why
Even
he does.
in the EU, no one explained what happens to their bodies when they go to become a Force ghost. So that was interesting. But now that part of the EU is not canon anymore.
I wonder if that's in my light side book. I'll take a look at that book, see if it's in there.
I Googled it for a while, and everybody was like, yeah, no one has ever answered what happens to the body. Maybe.
I mean, it could work.
I'm not saying it would be... I mean, it would be interesting and surprising, but I don't know how...
It would be the weirdest way to tie it in, too. That Obi-Wan's still alive. But it would mean he would be the one. He would be the linking character between all three trilogies.
Maybe he's the first ever Jedi who could become a Force ghost, and then because he helped Luke, came back, or maybe Luke figured out a way to bring him back.
Are we thinking in new body?
Maybe.
Maybe his spirit got resurrected in Rey.
Oh shit. Dope.
Because then
Could you imagine?
It's
That's the first thing I would do. Just saying.
Wait. Question: would that be the first thing you do, or the first thing you question is where's my dick?
No, I would know that I wouldn't have a dick because I'd be playing with my boobs.
But again, which would be the first thing you would truly think about? What would be the first thing? You just instantly woke up and you were a woman. That would really be the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Not go try and pee standing up and realize you can't.
You
Not if I didn't have to
notice
pee.
boobs, like if they were on you. You can't just be like, oh hey, continue on with your way.
No leaks or anything yet on the
Oh no.
2019 Star Wars. That's when we get Episode 9, right? 2 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we get the Han Solo movie next year. Mm-hmm. And then 2020 is the Boba Fett.
Yes.
Supposedly. Or the Yoda.
Either Boba Fett or Yoda. Or a Han sequel if the first one ends up being good.
Nope.
You don't think they're going to do a sequel?
I don't think they would waste a Star Wars story on that. I think they could do it, but I don't think that it would be a 20.
You think it would be like a
2022.
2022 or something like that?
Yeah. After it would probably be after the Luke trilogy.
I want to know if there's a guy at Disney or at Disney Studios trying to pitch, okay, we need a standalone Jar Jar movie.
No one is. It's probably
What?
George outside of the Marvel Studios knocking on their door like, I want my shit back. No, he probably bought it like 5
Because now he's
items.
doing like what? Indie? Right?
I don't know.
Indie 5?
I hope if he does that. Is Steven a part of it?
I don't know.
If Steven's a part of it, he needs to shut George up. Because we don't need no
Steven
more
Spielberg?
aliens, yeah.
He is doing it.
That's good. Because he did the last one, but George fucking... It's the funniest thing. I got to pull it up one day. Is the YouTube documentary about how they made it. And it's Steven talking about they're coming up with story ideas. And he's like, I had this really great story. And then George bursts into my office and he's like, aliens. And he pitched the whole Crystal Skull thing. And he was like...
Well, because the funny part is the crystal skulls themselves are actually based in something in our world.
Exactly.
It's just like, because we don't know how they came to being, just the fact that it did go aliens was stupid.
And then Dan Aykroyd made a Crystal Skull vodka that you could buy.
Is that his vodka?
Really?
Where you could,
It's Aykroyd, yeah.
I've wanted to buy one of those just to have the skull, but they're fucking
I know.
expensive.
How much are they?
Like $60-$70 for the bigger ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd buy that shit.
I don't know why I haven't told you that before.
I mean, I have a little tiny one.
Where do you buy them at?
You do?
You can buy them at like Safeway.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
They're,
You serious?
in the alcohol section.
They have a locked up alcohol with like the really fancy shit. Like the
Fancy
100.
schmancy.
They're fancy, so like the $100 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah.
Aha Toro, best tequila.
Harley Quinn.
Just so you know.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah. I really did not like Indy 4, obviously.
Honestly, it wasn't bad. It was all right. It was still a fun indie flick until the aliens kicked in. Like
Until
Shia
Shia LaBeouf came in.
Oh, I was about to say,
yeah.
is that the Shia one? That was when
Just
Shia
do
LaBeouf
it.
started to do like crazy shit too.
Shia LaBeouf wasn't that bad in it.
He was pretty bad in it. Wasn't
Have you watched the car truck chase scene through the jungle where he's swinging on vines and shit?
Oh, through the jungle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then the ants.
All I liked in that movie was the opening scene, where he got
What's the
betrayed.
opening scene?
When it was the Nazis again, and
At
they were in the
Area
warehouse.
51.
Kate Blanchett?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Oddly
fucking.
attractive in that movie as
Yeah.
a stern female.
Also, couldn't do a lot in that movie.
No.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
Hi.
That's why her sword fight
You're the
scene with
mascot.
Shia LaBeouf on the car didn't
Yeah.
look the best. 'Cause
And then don't you see the thing from Temple of Doom in
no, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark?
You see the Ark of the Covenant because he
Yeah.
walks by the box and makes a comment. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that was a bad movie.
Did you like
Isn't that the one where he survives a nuclear bomb with the fridge?
yep.
All George Lucas's idea.
To be fair, Temple of Doom, he survives going off of the tallest waterfall ever in a raft.
Kalima.
Yeah, because it's water.
Kalima.
Falling from that height, water becomes like concrete.
Yeah, if you're flat, you just gotta go.
You'll like shatter a bunch of bones.
No.
Yeah.
You'll go. You break the surface tension with your little toes. He has fucking steel toe boots. Oh god. Do you know how to fall from fucking waterfalls?
Do you know how to fall from waterfalls?
Yes, you go like this, and then you break the surface tension because your little baby toes.
You
and then
go like a knife.
Yeah.
That's
That makes it
why
so you don't hurt yourself.
when you dive, you
Jackknife.
yeah.
But with your baby toes. Harrison knows that. In his steel toe boots. Plus, he whips to a rock and saves himself anyways, and then slowly drops.
All while Kalima.
Did you know that scene from Raiders when the guy like soared or whatever's, and then he like shoots him was because he had a cold that day?
Oh,
Yeah, but
really?
Harrison was like, I'm so fucking sick, I can't do this. And he was
Yeah.
supposed to like say something, but
Yeah.
instead he just was like, and Steven Spielberg was like, that's hilarious. It was totally improv because he was in a bad mood.
Wow. God, I haven't watched Raiders in years. I gotta watch that again.
It's so cheesy, but it's
Yeah.
Still great.
special.
Don't look.
Yeah.
Like the melting face scene was mom
Yeah.
and chocolate.
Oh, who's his love interest?
Oh God, I forgot her
She's
name.
the mom from Sandlot.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Man, she's very attractive.
What the
She's in
hell's her
Animal House
name?
too.
Is it Julia
See her
something?
butt in
Is she in Animal
House.
House?
Yeah. You see her butt.
Is she the one that the president of the fraternity's trying to get with?
Think so.
Or is it his like friend who always? No, it's his friend. The one who's like
Somebody's trying to get with her.
because it's like they're already going out and then they break up and they're going out because she goes out with Donald Sutherland.
Karen Allen.
Karen Allen. She was at ECC in 2011
Yeah,
or 12.
I remember. I think it was 12 because I was here.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing her on the thing.
But going back to Star Wars and Harrison Ford, Empire, he had an improvised scene. When he says, when Carrie Fisher says, "I love you," and he goes, "I know," he changed that because he didn't. He thought Harrison or Han Solo wouldn't say, "I love you" too.
Nice.
Oh, I read about that.
Yep. So he's
Yeah.
like, "I love
What a
you."
badass.
I know.
I know. How
There was
can
also-
you be fucking Han Solo and Indiana Jones
Well, that's the thing. I was just
and
gonna
the
say.
fucking
President.
yeah, but no,
Get off my plane.
fucking Blade Runner.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Like he's the ultimate nerd guy. I think.
It's because he was.
Who else has more nerd credit?
But they didn't want to. They didn't want him for Indiana Jones at first because he did Star Wars
Christopher Lee.
first. Yeah.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Okay, who's he?
Christopher. That's Dooku.
Okay,
Count Dooku. Dracula.
Saruman.
Saruman.
that's cool.
Wait, Dooku is not. He was an actual good character in those
Isn't
movies.
Saruman like
Lord of the Rings.
the guy that you don't see? He's just an eye.
That's Sauron.
That's Sauron. Yeah, they're similar.
Yeah, Jay.
Saruman was the White Wizard.
J. Railroad Tolkien. Mm-hmm. Couldn't think of very many names. Frodo, Sodo.
I
think Harrison Ford's the ultimate.
I also read this weird article that
Because
Tolkien and some other guy hated Disney. They hated Walt Disney.
yeah,
It was like this
Walt Disney
weird
was
thing.
kind of a dick.
Kind of.
He kind of was a little anti.
He was a Nazi.
Just a little bit.
Ian
Han
McKellen.
Solo is way cooler than Dracula, fucking what's Dooku combined. So then you've got Saruman. Saruman, which I pull up Indiana Jones for 3 movies. Okay. Then you've got motherfucking Blade Runner. One of the best sci-fi movies ever made.
Is it really sci-fi or is it noir?
Good call.
So is any movie sci-fi then?
No. Sci-fi technically would have to take place where there is technology that's being invented or technology that's being used that we don't have currently.
Star Wars.
No,
Like what?
it's not that.
Lightsabers.
It's
Yeah, but that's
sci-fi.
already been invented.
No, you said that we are not using.
Sci-fi is like
Right,
new
but-
technology that they're like adapting to. Like there's incoming robots.
It's semantics.
Star Wars is all like
Semantics.
it's not the sci-fi in Star Wars isn't the main.
All we're
purpose.
saying is that just because something takes place in space doesn't mean that it's a fucking sci-fi movie. Okay?
Here's what's crazy about Harrison Ford.
Yes.
After he did Episode 4, which was 1977,
Yep.
he banged. Listen to these roles that he banged out.
Oh, I thought you were
1970.
My mom, your mom, my mom's mom.
1979, Apocalypse Now.
Don't even remember.
1979, The Frisco Kid.
Okay.
That was a super popular one back then. 1980, Episode 5. 81, Raiders. 82, Blade Runner.
Yeah, buddy.
83, Jedi.
83.
84, Temple of Doom.
Yep.
And then he takes a little bit of a break, comes back with Last Crusade, 89. Then he gets into his Jack Ryan roles in Patriot Games and Air Force One and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The Fugitive.
The action.
Clear and Present Danger. Unreal.
Motherfucking What Lies Beneath.
Yeah. 2000.
Michelle Pfeiffer. What's wrong?
Just listening.
And then 2008 was our travesty of Crystal Skull.
Ship from the ruins of the jungle. Space. Whew, sci-fi.
But if you want to, like, then he was in Ender's Game, 2013.
That movie sucked.
He almost won an Oscar for 42, the Jackie Robinson story. That was a great movie. And then they just kind of threw him in Expendables 3 for whatever reason.
He was an action hero, kind of.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
I'm trying
Here's
to think.
the thing.
Trying to think of
Who's cooler than Harrison Ford?
I don't know,
Mark
man.
Hamill.
Yeah.
I don't
Mark-
think so.
He's Luke Skywalker. He's the Joker.
I still don't think that beats Harrison Ford, though.
He is
That's pretty much it for him.
Cockknocker.
I don't know
Yeah.
who that is.
The trickster
Oh,
from The Flash.
gotcha.
Cockknocker.
Yes.
What are they called? Bong sabers?
Yes.
Bong sabers, right? Or light bongs?
No bong sabers.
Bong sabers.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Windu.
You said cooler than Harrison Ford.
Windu. Ancient. Or Agent Shield.
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury.
You know what's a fucking travesty?
What else?
And this is how bullshit the
Unbreakable?
Oscars are.
Mr. Glass. Huh? What?
That's how bullshit the Oscars are. Is that he's only been nominated one time for an Academy Award. And it wasn't for anything. He was nominated for a movie called The Witness.
Yeah, The Witness is pretty good, though.
Gary Oldman.
He was also Dracula,
Dracula. Zorg.
which we just watched last night again.
Fucking
Commissioner
Sirius.
Gordon.
Oh, yeah, the commish.
And Sirius. Ooh, he's got a
Sirius
lot of...
Black.
Black.
Yeah, that's true. Man,
Gary Oldman.
I would also say Ian McKellen.
he's another fucking nerd guy.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Captain
Fucking-
Picard,
Picard.
Professor X.
Professor X.
He was the king in Robin Hood.
Was he?
Yeah.
Men in Tights, right?
Yeah, Men in Tights.
Oh.
Because Connery was the king in
He
Alan
wasn't.
Rickman?
Alan Rickman,
Oh, yeah.
Snape.
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Hans.
God, he was
Hans?
gnarly in the Kevin Costner Robin.
You know
Hood.
what's funny? Apparently, it was a list I watched that he did not care. He just
Really?
stopped caring doing that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That movie did not really do well.
Who'd you say before Ian McKellen?
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to look
But
up.
Ian McKellen. Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Magneto.
Magneto.
Best friends with Patrick Stewart. Like, no, they do like really.
Yeah, but
They have a bromance.
count.
Yes.
It doesn't count. Harrison Ford is friends with everybody in Star Wars. And everyone in Indiana Jones.
No,
and everyone
Ian McKellen is in something else that really big. I'm just trying to remember
Yeah,
what
what
it
is it, though?
I got Lord of the
Well,
Rings.
he was in Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code.
Oh, yeah.
He was just in Beauty and the Beast. I know you're not thinking of that, though.
No one ever thinks of that.
So Gary Oldman has an upcoming project in 2017 called Darkest Hour, where he plays Winston Churchill.
Oh, damn.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Chris
know.
Pratt.
Lithgow pretty nailed it. If he... Okay. Star-Lord. Jurassic World. So he needs to if he is Indiana Jones like he wants to be, then maybe.
Who? Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is he vying to play Indy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's a good fit.
He would rock a rebooted Indy.
He would. He would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think fanboys would appreciate a rebooted Indy? Or would they be upset that they're replacing?
I think we need Disney to buy Indy.
Yeah.
They own Indy already.
Do they?
You were just
That's why
at
it's
Disney
that's why it's in the theme parks.
When did they buy it?
years ago because that ride was in the theme park when I went.
Yeah, I know, but I thought that was like licensed.
I mean, it might be.
I don't think they purchased it, but I think it's part of Lucasfilm, so I think they own it by association.
Yeah.
Because they had the Indiana Jones show for MGM back when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was licensed, but I think it came as a package with Star Wars, which means that Steven and George would have to work with Disney to make the new one.
Yeah.
That's
Which
I would
means-
like to know about that because I don't know.
No.
Because I think George might still own. I don't know.
Josh Brolin.
Okay,
Huh?
Thanos,
Cable.
Cable.
Men in Black. 3.
Yeah, that one
Oh,
sucked.
come
though.
on.
Oh,
Tommy
no.
Lee Jones, Men in Black 1.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah, that sucked though.
Jonah Hex was
Cowboys
terrible.
and Aliens.
Eh.
Harrison Ford,
Goonies.
right? Wasn't that Harrison Ford? in
Yes.
Cowboys and Aliens?
Josh Brolin, Goonies.
Yeah. True.
Goonies.
I still think Harrison Ford's number 1.
I think so too.
Maybe
But look at Gary Oldman, though. Look at Gary Oldman. So you've got RoboCop.
But he wasn't,
got-
wasn't RoboCop.
You've got Dawn. He was in all the 8 movies except for the first one. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Really? Mm-hmm. The new ones?
Yeah, right there, 2014.
Who?
Played Dreyfus.
Julia?
You've
Richard.
got him as Commissioner
Played
Gordon.
Richard Dreyfuss.
He was in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which was really good. Obviously,
Never heard
Harry
of that.
Potter's. Let's see.
Tinker Tailor's Tinkertown. Taylor Tinker's Tinkertown. Here's the thing. Han Solo. What's his name from?
Oh, Hannibal, too. Gary Oldman, Hannibal.
As of now, Gary Oldman, I think, is the biggest actor
Fifth
to
Element.
be snubbed for Oscars, too.
True.
Gary
He's-
Oldman?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
after.
Since DiCaprio won
Yeah,
his.
he's after DiCaprio.
Really? Not Harrison?
No.
Yeah.
I don't-
Because all of Harrison's serious roles, he honestly plays fairly similar. to
Yeah,
Sam.
he's a little samey. I love him to death, but he's a little samey.
Yeah, Gary Oldman's done fucking The Scarlet Letter. Air Force One also with
What's
Harrison
his
Ford.
name in
He was in
Blade Runner?
He was in The Professional.
Deckard? Kane?
I don't know what his last name is.
Millennium Falcon. Wins.
He also played Lee Harvey Oswald in JFK.
True. I really liked the Lee Harvey Oswald in the new series. That guy killed it. Literally.
I would say Hugh Jackman, but honestly, besides X-Men and Wolverine X-Men
Yeah.
that I can't think of more he's done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can, but it's not like
Yeah, it's like Les Mis and fucking other stupid shit.
Kate and Leopold and
That Magician movie with Christian Bale.
That movie was dope.
Yeah.
Prestige. I haven't seen the Prestige.
The
I've seen the
Prestige, yeah.
Illusionist.
I haven't seen The Prestige. It's dope as fuck. It's got Tesla in it. Nikolai.
Nikolai.
And it's badass. Nikolai? Mm-hmm. Nikola.
Nikolai.
It's Nikola Tesla. It's not Nikolai.
Okay.
Look it up.
I did.
What about Edward Norton?
I did. Just now in my brain. Edward Norton?
Yeah.
American History X.
People versus Larry Flint.
Why are we just
Wes,
naming
what?
people?
No, that's actually a good movie though.
It is. It's a
Wow.
fine movie. It's got Courtney fucking Love in it. She's a bitch.
She is. She plays herself very
Yes,
well.
Yeah.
Very well. She gets naked and she has gross ass titties. Sorry, Kurt.
But Edward Norton was the Hulk, Aaron. He was the Hulk.
He was the shitty Hulk.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's
So I
Eric
didn't-
Bana.
Eric Bana and him
They were
the
both
shitty
shitty Hulks.
Hulk. They were shitty Hulks. Welcome to Shitty Walk. We have a
The
shitty
only
Hulk.
time...
Okay.
There's only 2 movies that I liked Edward Norton in. Fight Club and fucking Rounders.
Not American History X.
Nah, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a big fan of that movie. The
Curb's
Curb's
not
California Smile was pretty good. Ray Quidditch.
Wrap it up.
Sausage
Are
Party.
you sleepy?
Wrap it up.
No.
We're in a fan of Sausage Party.
Yeah, but it's fucking new and who cares? It's animated.
Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool. Green Lantern.
Van Wilder. Waiting.
Waiting. Life.
Oh, God. Come on, Wes. He was a fucking 15-minute scene to fucking sell
Troll.
tickets.
Wes is a troll.
A little bit, yeah.
Let's let the troll go home.
Terrible. Well, folks, that's going to do it for this trolling ass episode of Bloodshots. Thanks, Wes.
Spoilers. It's me.
It's gonna be May.
I'm the last Jedi.
He's the last red eye.
And I agree with Luke that the Jedis need to end. You know, so we're gonna have a council. Basically, the George wrote episode 8, so the final scene is gonna be a council where they discuss whether Jedis should be there or not be there, and it ends on a cliffhanger where he's about to lay down the gavel and say something.
If you like what you saw, head on over to patreon.com/derailed. Help support the show. Do your things on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that good stuff. Leave us some love, likes, and subscribes. We'll see you next time.